Hello everybody, welcome to episode 6. Now, apologies that I did not upload last week. It was because I am back at work again. Yay! For those of you that don't know, I work in a dance company and I also work in the theatre. Unfortunately, the theatre is still closed for the time being due to restrictions. But thank goodness the dance company I work at is finally reopened last week. And I'm back at dance again, and I'm back to teaching assistants. Yes! Today is a very, very special episode. I have been wanting to do a special for a very long time, and I was going to maybe wait till the last minute, but I was going to do a very boring one actually. But then, as I was watching a few of the videos, I spotted this one video of the most, not rarest, possibly forgotten, but obviously definitely not rare, definitely not forgotten, but I just couldn't resist. I had to talk about this one because this brings back so many happiest of memories and so much enjoyment and excitement to all of this. And I will never ever forget the very first time it was ever shown on the screen. It brings back such a happy memory. So today we are talking about the Tweenies, everybody. Oh my god, all of those memories and all those big hits that brought to our screens just on that show. I remember the very first time they actually showed a trailer of the Tweenies, and towards the end they was playing the theme song, showed all the different people, the different characters and everybody, and at the end there was the whole entire people of the Tweenies, and they all jumped in slow motion, and I remember feeling so excited. I couldn't wait to watch it, and when it was finally shown, I absolutely loved it. Now, I remember a very special childhood memory. I once had this friend. She was called Antonia, but she liked to be called Tony. So every single afternoon when my mother would do the school runs, I would bump into her sometimes, just not every day, and I would say to her, hey Tony, come here, listen to this. And I would do the ending of the Tweenies theme tune, and I would do the jump. And the funny thing that she did was that she copied me. So I would sing it one time, and then she would sing it after, and then I would do it, and it just went on and on and on. And the more it went on, the more funny it became. It was a very special bond. And every time her dad was there, she'd be like, hey Tony, Emily has something to show you. And then she'd look at me, and then I'll start doing the theme song. I'm too embarrassed to even do that right now, so yeah, let's not go into that. If you guys don't even know who the Tweenies are, oh my god, what is wrong with you people? Anyway, don't worry about that. So it's about these 4 characters: Bella, Milo, Jake and Fizz, and they all get into all sorts of different adventures, very educational, but in their play group that they go to every single day. And they are looked after by Max and Judy. Now, if you ask me, who was my favourite character? Do you think it was Fizz? No. I liked Fizz, but I didn't like the way she was too bossy and she was too, frantic all the time, or, annoying. But my most favourite character was definitely Jake. Now, I'm not sure if I told you this last week when I did the Fun Song Factory, but did you guys know that Justin Fletcher was also the voice of Jake? I hope to God I told you this. I really need to have a look at that. The Tweenies became such a massive hit. They performed their own band. They were singing songs. They even did albums. And did you guys know, this shows how old we all are if we watched this when we were kids. They actually appeared on Top of the Pops. Oh my God. Let's have a little clip of that.
Who knows, next year maybe you can be a pop star. To finish, we've got the biggest song of the year. It's still #1. It's Top of the Pops. See ya. What do you say about this next guy? Other than he loves carrots, chocolate milk and bananas. Nearly 3, but very well behaved. It's Jake and the Tweenies.
I will never ever forget that day my sister called me and told me to come down. The Tweenies are on top of the pops, and for 1 minute I did not believe it, and I thought, nope, that's just a lie, that's just a load of rubbish. But I come down and I see them. I just couldn't believe it. It was absolutely fantastic. I couldn't believe it. In fact, they became so popular. They had like VHS tapes. They even had a PS1 game, which I remember playing so well. And best of all, they had like lunchboxes. I think they even had a backpack as well of them, and even had cuddly dolls. I remember one time, it was like my birthday. I think it was my 7th. I think it was my mom or like my sister. I got a present, and out popped one of the Tweenies characters, and as I was like shaking the rest of the wrapping paper, the rest of them fell out, and it was like, oh, it was like, oh my god. And when that kept happening, the more exciting it got, and I was just amazed. I absolutely loved every single one of them, but sadly they got thrown away because they got very old and dirty. So yeah, as I mentioned before about the PS1 tape, I obviously remember it so well, and when I looked back on it just a few years ago, I couldn't believe how old it was. I mean, the movements and the graphics and the camera angles, they were so old. But let's just have a little look at the introduction of it. Does that make you feel old? Oh my god. Now, if you ask me who, obviously, you know, Jake was my absolute favourite character. And if you ask me, it was obvious. The character I hated the most was Bella. Now, I hated Bella throughout the whole way through, because I mean, I hate the way how she kept saying, oh, I'm the eldest, I get to go first because I'm better than you. She had such a bad attitude. Now, when I was 16, I remember there was this group thing on Facebook, and it had a picture of Bella saying hello, and it turns out that it was a Facebook page saying that Bella was a nasty little bitch. Now that got over 800,000 likes, including me. I just had to give it a like because I was so on their side. We all couldn't get enough of that bitchy sound. So you know what? Let's have a look at her most bitchiest moments. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, please get up! Oh, Bella, you pinched me! Oh, Bella! Well, it was a nightmare. And anyway, it wasn't my fault. And Milo did it to me! Oh, well, stupid thing! And I can blow up the balloons. I can blow up the balloons. I'll blow up the balloons.
Max made her.
Max, that's the same as you.
That's right, Bella.
Oh, yeah. Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finished. So now. No, Milo, not blue. Green's next. Red, orange, yellow, green.
Doesn't her attitude, make your blood boil, or get fed up. Seriously, the fact that I think she lives with her gran most of the time, so of course, grandparents spoil you rotten. It's no wonder the way she is. Honestly, if I ever have a child like Bella, oh my God, I don't think I'll ever forgive myself, and I will be like, right, you are not going to get your own way until you learn how to behave yourself and to stop talking in a very rude way. But best of all, there was some goodness moments in Bella, like the time when Jake got seriously ill, and the best thing that she did was be a nurse to him. One of the most weirdest and strangest programs of like the show, actually like the episodes is the right word, of the Tweenies, was when Max and Judy, they would go out to like the real world and they would see all kinds of different things and stuff. Like they would see a castle, they'll go on a bus ride. But what I found so awkward is how like all like the people around, they watch them and they're just like, seriously, like imagine seeing either Max or Judy around in town and you're like pointing at it and like kids are like, what is that? It's so weird. But one of my favourite moments was when Judy was on the bus singing like the wheels on the bus go round and round and singing all about the babies, and she accidentally like misses her stop. Oops. Oh, Judy. Isn't it strange what singing on a bus and a lot of distraction can actually do to you? And worst of all, she even forgot her stuff. What an idiot she can be sometimes.